Yeah. But if you can at least give us something to talk about. Did he say we were good sound-wise? Yeah, he was. Yeah. He's only a sophomore? It looks like it's Brant. Berg. Oh, that's an easy coach name. Good deal. I had a lot of football coaches where I was like, Get started. Yep. And welcome in here to St. Thomas Aquinas High School as the fourth game here this evening at the 8-10 Varsity Shootout. We have Blue Springs South currently ranked number 19th in the 8-10 top 25, and then number 5 Blue Valley Northwest. Blue Valley Northwest played Grandview in the last shootout and lost that one by 5. Probably one of the better games. Probably in the area that you probably see all season. And it's Taylor David here with you alongside Nate Kendall. Nate, how are we doing tonight? Yep. And here tonight, Blue Valley Northwest, everyone knows the name. It is Christian Brown, the Kansas commit. That's the name. We're going to talk a lot about it on the northwest side, but on Blue Springs south side, we've got Caleb Israelite and Jalen McDaniel both performing very well in the William Jewell Classic, in which they won in their tournament, as that one's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say it went off with Blue Valley Northwest, so the Jaguars will begin the ball game with this one. And again, Blue Springs South has played over break. The last game coming on the 29th. Blue Valley Northwest hasn't played. They played Grandview on the 15th of December. So we'll see what this kind of does for each team. Blue Springs South going to get it started. They get a big sophomore McDaniel. McDaniel faces up, spins, and misses a layup. Brown now has it. Brown coming. You're going to see Brown have the ball a lot in his hands. It's the Hungerford. Now back to Brown. Brown's going to set up the offense near midcourt. And Hood gets it to Christian Brown. And Hood missed that one. Here comes McDaniel in front of the dunk. And he's listed as a sophomore, Nate. Looks a lot bigger than a sophomore. And now Brown has it. Brown's going to be double teamed. Probably see that a lot here tonight. He's the big focal point here for Blue Valley Northwest. Now Brown sizes up man. Looking to attack, spins in the lane, and can't get a fall, and he will shoot 2 free throws. That's where he kind of struggled against Grandview their last game. They only shot 50% from the free throw line. We'll see if he can make a couple more shots, and if he would. So now Brown will attempt his first. And that first one is good. And that one is missed. So it is 2-1 here early in this one. We got 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And McDaniel spins, and that one is laid in and good. So makes it 4-1 here, Blue Valley Northwest trailing Blue Springs South. Brown tried to step back, gets into Hungerford. Hood posting up his man. Hood, right-handed jump hook, left it just short, and rebounded there by number 10, Caleb Israelite. Now Hooks has it. Now back to Israelite. Israelite was a part of the William Jewell Classic All-Tournament team. McDaniel was voted the MVP of their bracket. Israelite gets it, thought about the 3, but Hungerford had a nice closeout. Off the leg is Hooks. Hooks turns it over. Here comes Hungerford. He's got breakaway layup, and he misses that one strong. And there's going to be a foul on number 25, Markel Hood. And again, you possibly could be seeing, Nate, Blue Valley Northwest not playing for a couple of weeks, and you can see kind of the rust that they've got to be able to knock off.
And I was just looking out at the floor. Christian Brown already has his hands on his hips, breathing kind of hard already. It's just, that could be a sign of not playing for a couple weeks, really.
And a sloppy instance there, Blue Springs South turning it over here on this end, and then Hood not being able to handle it down there when he went for the spin at about half court and knocks it out of bounds. So it's a little bit of sloppy play. It's 4-1 here with 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter.
Coach Fritz not real happy with his team so far. He was letting one of his players have it as he was running back down the floor.
And that one's going to be blocked by Christian Brown. And again, Blue Valley Northwest coming in. They are the 2-time defending state champs in the state of Kansas. So there was a lot of expectations coming into this. You got a Kansas commit on your roster. And right now, losing to Grandview and really struggling against Blue Springs South so far. Don't want that to be the case. Brown able to get the rebound. Was behind his back. He's going to drive. Left-handed scoop layup is no good. Rebounded by Israelite. Here comes Hooks. Hooks against Hood. He gets the and one. And that's 2 on Hooks, so Hooks will go to the bench here early. So 6-1, Blue Springs South kind of doing what Grandview did against Blue Valley Northwest, trying to get out and run. And number 5, Nathan Berger, 6'4" senior for Blue Valley Northwest, will check into the game. And then number 14, Johnny George, the 5'11" junior, checks in for Blue Springs South. And the end one is converted, makes it 7-1 with 4.5 to go here in the first quarter.
Something I want to mention, though, that last layup that Brown missed, he looked very smooth. I could see why he's a Kansas commit. That was he crossed over and went up with the left. It was just so smooth going up to shoot the layup.
Looking to attack Berger for 3, nails it. First field goal of the game for Blue Valley Northwest, cuts this lead in half. So here comes Caden Hooks. So that one was made.
That was McDaniel making another strong move. There's no answer really for Jalen McDaniel.
And Brown, the deep three, hits that one to make it 9-7. And another turnover from Blue Springs South. So far, they're third early in this one. And they're going to call it. And they're going to call Chapman. So now, number 32, Devin Tomlinson, checking into the game. So here comes Hooks. Gets it in the post. Thought about the three to Johnny George, but he kicks out to Hooks, and Hooks is going to reset the offense here with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Driving, almost loses it. Gets it to Cade Berg, and Cade Berg is on the board for the first time. Brown thought about the three, doesn't take it. Hungerford has it. Brown setting up the offense. Hungerford has it. Brown catches, he's going to get a screen. That's a deep three, that one off the front iron and no good.
The thing I don't really like that, well, so far that Blue Springs South is doing, really on those screens, I would ice that screen, have your other guy up there, don't let him just have a wide open three.
And a timeout from Blue Valley Northwest as this lead expands to 6. I do believe it's only a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead, we'll leave it here. But 13-7 so far, Blue Springs South playing with a lot more energy, possibly maybe with playing since December 15th.
Last Saturday they played in the championship game over at William Jewell, which that was a classic game against Park Hill South. Double overtime affair in which it was just back and forth. Included Lamell Robinson, a Division I signee or commit to Nebraska Omaha, hit a three at the buzzer to tie it, and then Blue Springs South finally they took control in double overtime and won that game. And what was probably one of the best games of that night last week.
So now Brown will bring it up. Hungerford now has it. Chapman's going to come set a screen for him. Bounces it over to Brown. Peak sets the screen. Brown gets into the lane. Scoop layup. Falls for the second bucket here tonight for Christian Brown. So now Blue Springs South. Running off with McDaniel back in the game. Didn't sit too long. Sat for about a minute and a half. But you can tell their offense, good defense there by Mike Peak, who Mike Peak in the Grandview game really went back and forth with the bigs of Grandview, played really well, was a really impressive player, but obviously he's going to have his hands full here tonight with McDaniel.
Yeah, McDaniel, as we've said a couple times, just a sophomore. He's got a bright future ahead of him and probably quite a few large offers coming his way soon.
And that three-pointer comes from the volleyball line. Josh Smith can't be too happy with that one. That three-pointer off the back iron, no good. Peak gets it, takes one, power dribble, and lays it in. Makes it a 2-point game. So since that timeout, Blue Valley Northwest on a nice little 4-0 run. So Johnson has it. Evan Tomlinson almost couldn't handle the pass. Now he picks up his dribble. Johnny George hooks, gives it to McDaniel. McDaniel down the middle of the lane, layup is good.
That's a strong young man for Blue Springs South.
I mean, he just took one power dribble and got all the way to the rim. Now Brown, it looked like Hooks grabbed his wrist as he went around. So that'll be Caden Hooks' first foul. That's only the second team foul so far in the half. So it looks like Israelite and Berg will check back in for Blue Spring South. No substitutions for Northwest. Bounces it to Peak. Peak gonna fade away, but he's blocked by McDaniel. So Peak just fades away, and McDaniel's able to get his big hands on it.
It's not like he slapped down on the ball either. He's straight up and just met the ball as he tried to shoot it.
There's the throw, the backdoor pass to Chapman. With 30 seconds left to go in the quarter, Chapman turnaround is good. Now we're starting to see a back and forth matchup. Here's the lead, now 15-13. And Blue Spring South, with 17 seconds left, is going to hold this for the final shot. Israelite has it in the far corner. Going to get a screen from McDaniel. George back to Israelite. The deep three is short. Brown chucks it. That one's going to be short, so that's going to be the end of our first quarter, as it is Blue Spring South 15, Blue Valley Northwest 13, as you were watching high school basketball right here on 810 Varsity. We're back here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. This is game 4 here on the evening. We'll have 2 more after this. As Christian Brown and Blue Valley Northwest will start with the ball. Chapman, look like they're trying to post up Brown. Brown's going to get it. He's going to size up his man. Layup is good. So tie ball game. First time it has been tied here so far. First quarter really belonged to Blue Spring South, Nate.
Yeah, and it was a lot of, it was a very good quarter for Jalen McDaniel.
Now Brown gets it to Chapman. They're going to throw it up to, lob it up to Peak. Looked like Chapman put a little too much air on it, and if he would have just kind of dumped it down right to the hand of Peak, Peak probably would have had a layup.
Or dunk, as we saw in pregame.
So Hooks has it on the far side. He's guarded by Brown. McDaniel's going to set a screen. It's at the George. Israelite has it.
So somebody that hasn't been able to get going quite yet. See if he can find his shot here in the second quarter.
Israelite, quick release, in and out. That's a quick release from Israelite, though. That's something Blue Valley Northwest is going to have to look out for. Now Brown has it on top of the key. A lot of dribbling from Brown, gets out to Hungerford. Matt Chapman has it in the post, and he dribbles it off of a defender's foot, and Israelite comes away with it. That three-pointer from Hooks, too long. Chapman with the rebounds.
I don't like that shot there from Hooks. Yeah, good transition three, but way too quickly, though, if you ask me.
Now Peak has it. Trying to post up Brown. And Peak has it right down the middle of the lane and slams it home for Blue Valley Northwest first lead of the ball game.
I saw that coming immediately on the deflection. Pete grabbed it and decided to take flight.
So now Blue Springs South playing from behind in the first time this evening. Israelites three-pointer in the corner is blocked by Nathan Berger. Now you're starting to see the energy of Blue Valley Northwest really pick up.
It's almost like dunks energize your team a little bit. From what I've seen at a lot of high schools, I mean, us coming from small high schools, if you got a guy who dunks and he throws one down, you're ready to go.
So McDaniel has it. So a lot of dunks in the Blue Valley Northwest Grandview game. Looks like we're going to have the same here this evening. Hooks sizing up his man. Alex Brandt tries to drive and turns it over. Blue Springs South has turned the ball over quite a bit so far in this one. Brown, three, short, but he's going to get the rebound. He drives and Brown dunks one. And there's going to be a timeout by Blue Springs South as two dunks has given Blue Valley Northwest a 4-point lead in this one. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead. We'll take it with them as you are watching high school basketball right here on 810 Varsity.
You could say there was somebody around his hair today, but still, he hung up there. You mean he's getting around? Like a lot of times he just lay that up. No, that he's like, okay, I'm done.
Back here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, the 810 Varsity Showcase. Again, this is game 4. We'll have two more after this. We'll have Liberty Blue Jays and St. Thomas Aquinas Saints girls. And then we'll have Shawnee Mission East and St. Thomas Aquinas boys. So Blue Springs South right now trying to get some offense. It was 13-7 Blue Springs South, and now Blue Valley Northwest leads it 19-15. That three-pointer. Long, no good. Brown gets the rebound. Here comes Brown. Sizing up his man. Gets it to Peak. And loses it. So now we will see Markel Hood check into the game for Mike Peak.
Hood, interesting call there for Coach Fritz. Putting in Hood with those two fouls here
and with
about halfway through second quarter.
And with 4:40 left, Hood's got to be very smart here. You don't want to pick up your third. If you have to, rely on your help defense. Don't pick up your third foul. But Blue Springs South right now on the wrong end of a 12-2 run. McDaniel spins. They're going to call a charge. He did look like what the ref saw might have been the elbow going into the chest a little bit. Also might have been a good acting job there by Chapman.
Yeah, that was a very interesting call.
So now Brown, again, Blue Valley Northwest on a 12-2 run. Chapman has it stolen. That's Ovi Johnson. Johnson looks like he got hit in the face, and the ref saying he was going up, so he'll have a chance to cut this lead in half. Johnson, that free throw is long. So now, Johnson's second free throw, in and out, no good. So an empty trip for Johnson, and the lead stays at 4.
Probably wishing he didn't get a foul on the shot there if you're Blue Springs South.
Hungerford, 15-footer, doesn't go in. Israelite loses it. Brown pokes it away. Hungerford comes away with it. Now Brown steps into a three-pointer. Short, rebounded by Israelite. Gonna find McDaniel. McDaniel gonna say he was on the pass. McDaniel took a dribble right at the three-point line and picked it up.
If that defender didn't go running in front of him, I think he was going to have a little fun in transition with the two-handed throwdown.
And Andrew Davis will check in here, and so will Mike Peak.
That's 2 fouls on Hungerford as well.
So Hungerford will go to the bench here with 3:40 to go. And that shot is good.
Caden Hooks with a strong move inside and got the layup to go.
Hooks has had a slow start to this one. Brown now has it. He's going to get a screen from Hood. Brown drives into layup, finds Markel Hood, and Hood is on the board. It makes it 21-17, and that layup is good.
Caden Hooks again.
So it makes it 21-19. Berger. Hood now has it. Hood's going to fade, and that one's nothing but net. Makes it a 4-point lead again for Blue Valley Northwest.
You can't guard that jump shot like that. That was a beautiful fadeaway jumper by Hood.
Now Israelite, guarded by Davis, gets a screen. Into McDaniel, and that dunk is good. That one was just a nice little lay-in dunk.
No need to throw it with authority every time. Just get it down just soft enough.
So a 2-point lead here for Blue Valley Northwest. Brown, a deep three. That one is good. His second three of the night makes it a 5-point lead for Blue Valley Northwest. That's their largest lead so far in this game. They hadn't been able to get it above 4 until that three-pointer. So it is a full timeout. We'll go ahead. We'll take it with them as you're watching high school basketball right here on 810varsity.com.
Stop them. Yeah. It's been going this. Jim and Christmas.
Just so 21-0.
Early third.
Let's go. Come on, Colts.
People on Twitter are like, I don't like this. It's like, the Chiefs are going to go after the Colts again.
I want us to be quiet.
I'm like, but they're hot, yeah, but.
Did he ever give us a feedback?
He said he's working on it. He said he'd work on it during the game. He's had a rough week. It's like he's had a knee or back or something. He's bad. He said it's been a rough week. So that's why he's just kind of getting going.
And back here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, Taylor Dameron, Nate Kendall here for you. As Hooks will bring it up on the left side. And that three-pointer. So there was a push on the floor. So that'll be Blue Valley Northwest's, looks like 6th team foul. So the next one, Blue Springs South, is shooting free throws.
That was a good call. He's trying to push through a double screen there, and the Berger just literally pushed his way through.
Israelite gets it into Hooks. Hooks, looking to drive, spins into the lane. That layup in and out, no good. Rebounded by Peak. Here comes Brown. Brown gets to the hood. Hood slips. Falls into his man. McDaniel has it. Brown. And Brown called for the block. Tried to take the charge. Wasn't there in time.
Yeah, it was a good call. He was still sliding back, and he didn't really take the contact. He just was kind of headed back before before the contact was there. And so we'll see what kind of free throw shooter Jalen McDaniel is.
And he did get the basket to go, so he'll only be shooting one here. And from here on out for the last minute and a half, won't be too much. It is a one-on-one for Blue Spring South. It'll take quite a bit for Blue Spring South to get Blue Valley Northwest in the one-on-one, as they only have 3 team fouls so far.
Yeah, very, very, very clean first half, really, from both sides. Yeah, the 17 fouls, but it's very fun first half here from St. Thomas Aquinas.
And Christian Brown has it. We've seen him hit a couple deep threes. See what they run on this possession. Step back three from Brown. That one in and out, no good. Rebounded there by Nathan Berger, but then Berger loses it. McDaniel comes away with it. It's a 3-on-1. And Brown able to disrupt it. Good defensive play by Brown because it was a 3-on-1 for Blue Spring South.
McDaniel, though, yeah, you try to play for that pass down to get the layup. You kick that to the corner, you got a corner three from I believe that was Hooks over there.
Now Israelite will try to throw it in. Gives it in the corner. Gives it to Cade Berg. Berg falls. And that one, Chapman able to get it to Brown. Looked like it could have been a kick there. But Blue Valley Northwest has possession in a 2-point lead. That layup, no good. Mike Peak misses the putback. Brown gets the rebound. Gets it knocked away. Gets the rebound. And now Brown is fouled. There was a lot of action going on in there. Peak and Brown, I think, thought a couple times Gay got fouled. Pretty clean down there until Brown got bumped with the body.
Yeah, it was a lot of I don't know the statisticians there. If you're trying to count a block on that, that's quite a few blocks on one little sequence there. Probably 3 blocks there if you're for Blue Spring South.
So now Brown going to the line with that make. He is 2 for 3 so far here tonight. As we mentioned in the Grandview game, really struggled from the free throw line. That one in and out.
Still 50% from the night, and that's something. If you're Blue Valley Northwest, you need him to hit those free throws, especially if you want to repeat for the 3rd straight time at a state title.
And there's 30 seconds left. Israelite gets right around Brown. Layup too strong, and Brown comes away with the rebound. Brown looking to attack. 3-pointer in the corner. That one's no good. Peak just jumps over everybody. That layup too strong. McDaniel comes away with it. There's 10 seconds left. Andrew Davis almost steals that one away. And Andrew Davis, wide open 3 in the corner. Got to be able to hit that right before half.
I understand taking the shot, but why not hold for that last one? So now you see what happened now. You get the ball back to Blue Spring South, and they have a chance to get the last shot of the half.
Hooks behind his back, almost loses it. Gets it to McDaniel. McDaniel, that layup, no good. He's full court. It was on target, but it's no good. So we've had a fun first half here, as it is Blue Valley Northwest 27. It is Blue Spring South 24. So after about this 10-minute intermission, we'll have second half action for you. We should have a fun one here from St. Thomas Aquinas High School in game number 4, as game number 5 will be coming up after this. Liberty Blue Jays girls and St. Thomas Aquinas girls as well. So we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have second half action for you here on 810 Varsity. And back here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, here about to begin the second half, as a little bit of a low-scoring first half, 27-24. Blue Springs South led the entire first quarter, got up 13-7, and then Blue Valley Northwest went on a 12-2 run to get the lead. Blue Valley Northwest able to get up the lead up to 5, Blue Springs South, and then it was back and forth for about the last 3.5 minutes, and then so that's where we stand, 27-24. Blue Valley Northwest, Blue Springs South. What does Blue Springs South got to do to retake this lead?
I mean, for me, it's pretty simple. Feed the big man. Get that ball inside of Jalen McDaniel. Get Hood that third foul. They're pretty quickly here. And then start working on Peak. And then really, another thing for them, Israelite, he's got to hit some shots. He hasn't scored yet tonight. And that's something they need to start happening here if they're going to close out this game, if they're going to try to beat Blue Valley Northwest.
So Blue Springs South will begin the second half with the ball. As Caden Hooks, McDaniel has it, going to the rim, and he's going to be fouled by Chapman. I think that's what you got to do. He's athletic enough where he can take a couple dribbles and get to the rim, get it to McDaniel, let his athleticism take over.
And then he about put that one home, too. Chapman's second. So they do have a few, they have 3 guys with 2 fouls. And so that could be big here down the stretch, or in this third quarter. And then, I mean, for me, if you're Blue Valley Northwest, you keep playing. And, I mean, as we saw in the second quarter, Christian Brown kind of took over and was kind of the man.
And McDaniel goes 1 for 2 in that one, and on that, yeah, Christian Brown kind of did the same thing against Grandview as well, where he slow out of the gates, picked it up in the second quarter, and really took over late in that one as well, and kept Blue Valley Northwest in the game. So we'll see what Blue Valley Northwest comes away with. You can tell they haven't played in about 3 to 4 weeks. They were a little sloppy coming out. Now Brown going to drive on McDaniel, fakes. Chapman has it. Little 14-footer from Chapman.
I do like that defense by McDaniel, though. Kept his feet, stayed down, and didn't let Brown go up and shoot that ball and probably get fouled in the...
So Hooks. You can tell they're trying to get it to McDaniel. They just can't. Israelite. That's a guy that Blue Springs South needs to get going. Israelite so far not getting much to fall. Brandt thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Berg now has it. Berg's left alone and knocked away. And then Hood, Israelite, that 3-pointer is good, and that might be what gets Israelite going.
It's his first bucket of the ball game. Caleb Israelite coming off an all-tournament team performance
Brown,
last week.
Double teamed.
Wow.
Good.
And that's why Christian Brown may be the best player in the state of Kansas this year.
Now McDaniel drives, spins, shuffled his feet. It's going to be a travel. Blue Springs South, that's also one thing we didn't talk about. Turned the ball over a lot in that first half. First turnover of the second half.
I guess what I should say, Brown is the best player in the state of Kansas. Not one of, he is.
So now Hood has it. Hood playing with 2 fouls, did pick up his third in the second quarter. Brown now double teamed. Brown sizes up his man. He's going to drive, spin, splits 2 defenders, tips it, no good. Peak gets it, Chapman gets it, and Chapman is fouled. So now Chapman will go to the line. So it looks like Blue Springs South and Coach Josh Smith will talk things over. It's only a 30-second, so we'll go ahead. We'll leave it here for now. And so far, second half, little kind of Johnson in and out a little bit, but again, Christian Brown trying to get his, McDaniel trying to get his. I think that's about to what we're about to see here.
Yeah, and on that last play, for instance, Brown going in for that layup, it looked like they had somebody set up to take the charge. Meanwhile, Brown kind of contorts his body around, flicks it up around the defender, and was able to avoid being called for the charge altogether.
And that's what you can do when you're 6'7" and very athletic. McDaniel's done the same thing. McDaniel's not as smooth yet as Brown, but that's what Christian Brown can do. And you can see why he's the 3-star guy. He's going to the University of Kansas. You can kind of see that, and you can tell why some people that root for the Jayhawks will be excited about this kid. And Chapman's free throw hits every part of the rim and drops. Chapman, that one's too hard. Hungerford almost. Hungerford does pick up his 3rd foul. It looked like they could have got him with the push over the back on the free throw. Now Hungerford will go to the bench. Number 5, Nathan Berger will check in. And that's big because Hungerford, in that Grandview game, in the last shootout in the last game for Blue Valley Northwest, didn't leave the floor. He was their best defender. Now he's got 3 and regulated to the bench.
He's kind of been chasing around Caleb Israelite here so far in this ball game, and so be a different new body out there. That's who said Nathan Berger is going to have the task of trying to guard Israelite.
Looks like they're trying to get it into Berg, and pass. It's just off, not the right angle there. Maybe pass it over to Hood, and then you can get it to Berg. Might have had a layup. So now Christian Brown will bring it up. Chapman has it. Chapman also playing with 2 fouls. Peak, that jump hook short, and Hood wrapped his arms around Israelite. That's his 3rd. So that's 2 starters now for Blue Valley Northwest that has 3. So we'll see what Coach Ed Fritz does here.
They're not exactly the deepest team. You see, usually playing 6 or 7 guys maybe, and so it looks like they're going to leave him on the floor.
They've played 8, but Davis really hasn't been on the floor for too long. So far, not a lot of action off the bench for Coach Fritz, but Hood's going to stay in the game. Coach Fritz trusts his 6'5" junior not to pick up his 4th foul in the 3rd quarter. Hood, McDaniels now has it. Finds a Cuttingberg. Gets it back to McDaniel. That left hand jump shot is no good. So here comes Brown. Gets it to Peak. Peak, that layup is good. And gives Blue Valley Northwest their largest lead so far here tonight. That shot blocked by 2 different people. Peak and Brown, and Peak diving for it. Great hustle by Peak there. And again, you can just see him, his motor is always going. Israelite trying to get it into Berg. Israelite, that jump shot from the corner is no good. And Berger, 6'4" senior, comes away with it. Here comes Christian Brown. Layup is good. Here comes Hood. Israelite left open at the wing. That 3-pointer no good. That's going to be the 4th on Hood. He hit him on his follow-through hand. So that's going to be 3, and it looks like Andrew Davis is going to come in for Hood. And if you're Hood, you can run by him. I don't think you got to put your hand up there and contest that.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. I could hear the slap on the wrist through my headset here. So it's a pretty clear foul. Israelite, his shooting woes continue tonight. Missed that first free throw.
He does have 2 more. That one is good. And again, this is the 8 was the largest lead for Blue Valley Northwest. Their largest lead in the first half was 5, and now they're finally able to starting to get out in transition a little bit more. Didn't really get out in transition too much in the first half. Israelite's third free throw, is good. So it makes it 36-30, Blue Valley Northwest over Blue Springs South with just under 4 minutes to go here in the quarter. A little bit of a 2-3 trapping zone. That 3-pointer from Davis right off the bench and hits a 3. So now here comes Israelite and the Jaguars. Blue Valley Northwest dominating this second half. That three-pointer matches his Davis three-pointer. Now Israelite. And with a shooter that's struggling, sometimes sending him to the line is the worst thing possible because they see it go through the hoop and get some confidence.
Yeah, he took that one like he's hit 3 in a row. And nice and easy, follow through, knocked it down, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And Blue Springs South switches to a 2-3. Christian Brown over McDaniel off the back iron. No good, and Mike Peak will pick up another foul. So that's going to be team foul number 5. And so far, total, Blue Springs South only had 3 fouls in the first half. Only 1 so far in this second half. Haven't been as handsy as Blue Valley Northwest.
And Peak just has his first. So that's big news there. Blue Valley Northwest.
Good. McDaniel, power dribble, finds a cutting Israelite. That layup is good. Blue Springs South got hit in the mouth a little bit. They're responding right now.
Hungerford check back in. Sorry to take that from you.
Israelite steals that one. Israelite driving. That one swatted off the backboard. Three-pointer from Hooks is in. Makes it a 1-point ball game. An 8-0 run after being down 39-30. Cuts this lead all the way to 1.
You know the bad thing about smacking the ball off the backboard? They Hooks comes, picks it up, knocks down a 3. Instead of it being a 2-point game with the layup or having the ball swatted out of bounds, it's a 1-point game because Hooks got the rebound in, knocked it down with a you can't talk too much about that block. That was a beautiful block. Pinned it off the backboard. It's bad luck, really, for Blue Valley Northwest. Sorry.
It is bad luck. And Blue Valley Northwest looked like they were going to start taking control of this game. Got it up to 39-30, and Israelite gets going a little bit. And now this game's got a different feel to it, and I think that if you're the Jaguars and Coach Josh Smith, you got to feel pretty good. This run came without McDaniel even having a bucket, so you got to feel pretty good about that. Get McDaniel running, get him going, and you should be good.
Well, you say without McDaniel getting going, their second best player, Caleb Israelite, who kind of took over that game against Park Hill South there in the 3rd and 4th quarters. And he's been the fuel.
Davis. In and out. Peak with the tip back slam over Berg. Now here comes Israelite.
I'm still trying to figure out if that ball even came off the rim.
That was an impressive dunk there by Peak. Driving his Hooks. Israelite. 1 dribble 3. Short. Berg tries to go for the ball. Goes for the dunk. McDaniel trying to go for the dunk, but he is fouled. Berg tried to go right back. Berg was the one that got dunked on by Peak. Tried to return it there, but a good hustle play by Berg.
Oh, Berg almost made a poster out of Peak.
McDaniel, that free throw is good. Cuts the lead back to 2. And this has been I hope this 4th quarter is just as good as this 3rd quarter, because this 3rd quarter, we still got 2 minutes left here.
Yeah, this has been a fun 3rd quarter, but as you said, fouls are mounting. 6-1 on fouls right now.
And Hungerford playing with 3 right now. Hood is on the bench with 4, so some foul trouble for Blue Valley Northwest. McDaniel, that one in and out, so it'll stay at a 2-point ball game. Berger into the Christian Brown. Brown drives. One-handed scoop layup is good. McDaniel drives and is good.
Peak did a really good job not picking up his 3rd. Just kind of put his arms up, kind of stepped back for just a couple seconds, so he didn't give up and pick up that 3rd foul.
Blue Springs South back to a man. Christian Brown. Scoop layup. He picked his dribble up at the free throw line. Hey, that wasn't a travel. He used his 2 steps. Got right to the rim. So that one, Coach Fritz will take a timeout as it is 45-41 with a minute and 11 left to go here at Aquinas. But again, Blue Valley Northwest started this game off really sluggish after not playing for 3 weeks. What have you seen from Blue Valley Northwest and Christian Brown?
Well, I mean, this being just the second time I've seen Christian Brown play. I saw him a few weeks back there at Avila. He's special. I could see why Kansas picked him up, all this stuff, and I mean, they have played much better here in this quarter. It was like 26-23 at half or something, and look at the score. It's 45-41 now.
Also, if you're watching this, not watching the Kansas game, and you're a Kansas fan, down 16, 72-56 is Kansas at Iowa State.
Well, Taylor, I hate to tell you this, but I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of Iowa State. And
it's going to happen. Kansas fans on Twitter are going to throw a fit, and then we'll still win the Big 12 by 2 games.
Yes. But that's a huge win for Iowa State. You gotta say something about that.
Now Hooks has it here. Minute left. Down by 4. He's working on Brown. Kicks that one to the corner. Layup by Johnson. That one is good. Good first quick step there. Cuts the lead in half. Blue Springs South just has not been able to get a stop while down 2. Brown curls. Pump fakes on McDaniel. That one is no good.
Coach Smith over here saying he was straight up. He pretty clearly put both hands down. When Braun was set low, he put both hands down, and then Braun went up through the contact and missed the layup.
So far, 2 for 4 from the line, make that 3 for 5.
So he's gonna miss this one and stay at 50% like he's.
So he shot either 5 or 10 or 6 of 12 in that Grandview game.
Peak checks out, so they're gonna go a little small here the last 38.8 seconds.
That one is good. So now Caden Hooks. Caden Hooks had the ball in his hand a lot. He's been kind of the facilitator of the offense for the Jaguars. Doesn't look like he scores too much, but he is a good guy to kind of run the offense through. Hooks working on Braun. Hooks. Floater blocked by Braun. Kicked around on the floor. Chapman jives on the floor. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Kind of sums up the third quarter that we kind of saw. Kind of up and down, a little sloppy. But now 47-43 Blue Valley Northwest over Blue Springs South heading in to the fourth quarters. You are watching high school basketball right here on 810 Varsity. And back here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, Taylor Dameron, Nathan Kindle here with you. We've had 3 games before this one, and we'll have 2 more after this one. We'll kind of discuss the 4 games before this, in between games, and then we'll kind of preview the last 2. But here in the fourth quarter, Blue Valley Northwest trying to hold on to a 4-point lead over Blue Springs South. Davis. That one almost stolen Hungerford that was a good play by Hungerford.
Hungerford, you talked about him with me a little bit before the game. Like, he's an energy type guy, plays defense, all this stuff, not really a scorer. That's one of those intangible type plays. You tip that ball, you might get a bucket here to extend the lead.
Hungerford, layup, good. First points of the game for Hungerford. All began with that tip play that he had. And McDaniel with the two-handed slam. We've got a good one here with 7 minutes to go. In the fourth quarter. Again, the number 5 team in the 8-10 varsity pool, Blue Valley Northwest, and the number 19 team, Blue Springs South.
Blue Springs South kind of on the rise in the 8-10 varsity top 25. Meanwhile, Blue Valley Northwest, they've been up there in the top 5 all year long.
Hungerford, drive, kicks it out. Davis's three, that one's going to be off. Saw it from here, from this angle. He sent it to the left. Now Berg. Johnson has it. Tomlinson going to get it back to Hooks. Hooks is going to isolate against Davis. Hooks drives. He's going to be fouled with the body. Hooks, you can see him. He said, McDaniel, get out.
Liked his matchup on that.
So now Chapman and Markel Hood is going to check back in. Hood, again, has 4 fouls. And Blue Springs South will be in the double bonus. The rest of the way.
Meanwhile, Blue Springs South has a lot of fouls to give here late in this game. So if they start having to get into the fouling mode, it's not going to be as easy.
I said that's the only issue about not fouling too much is, say they only have 3 fouls and they need a foul with a minute left. You got to foul 4 times just to get them to the line.
That benefits Blue Valley Northwest. Clock had not started.
It's game 4 for these guys over there.
Yeah, it's been the same 3 guys since I got here as today. I got here during the 1 o'clock game.
Here comes Braun. Going against Bird. He likes that matchup.
It's an interesting matchup going with one of their bigger guys on that possession against Brown, which they were going with a lot of the smaller guys because he's played primarily a point guard spot.
That free throw is good.
And you've said the same thing. They get it cut down to 2. They can't get down here and get that one stop they need.
And that one is good. And Brown, in this one, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. He's got over 20 here tonight. Screen coming, Hooks doesn't use it, goes behind his back and loses it. Chapman comes away with it. Johnson's able to steal it away though. Gives it to Hooks. Finds his man, number 14. That is Johnny George. Cuts it back to a 2-point lead.
Very smart, unselfish play there by, is that Hooks? To dish that off to George for the lay-in.
Hood, deep 3, off the front iron. Chapman gets it.
You see that matchup? Israelite guarding Chapman. Israelite just at 5'11", Chapman 6'7".
Hood out to Hungerford. Hungerford thought about it. Brown sizing up Johnson. Going to use it Mike Peak's screen. Now Peak has a mismatch. Brown misses that one. Bounces around. Brown comes away with it. In the corner. That one's good. Makes it a 5-point game. That's why coaches preach defensive rebounding, because Brown was left wide open in the corner.
That's what happens when you have a 5'11" kid guarding a 6'7". He gets those tips over the top of him.
Hood tries to get it to McDaniel off the screen, but it's tipped away. So with 4:15 to go, Blue Valley Northwest trying to take control of this game late. Lob, layup, good. Makes it a 7-point game. Israelite has it. George. Israelite now drives. Floater. That one is good.
Really smart timeout there by Coach Smith.
As that is a full timeout. So we will go ahead. We'll take it with them as you're watching high school basketball right here on 810 Varsity. And back here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, Taylor Dameron here alongside Nathan Kendall. As again, the next game we'll have for you, we'll have the Liberty Blue Jays girls versus the St. Thomas Aquinas girls. And the 8 o'clock game, the nightcap, will be Shawnee Mission East and St. Thomas Aquinas boys. So that'll be the next two games that we have here this evening. So with 3:40 to go here in the fourth quarter, 5-point lead for Blue Valley Northwest. Hungerford. Lob. Dunk! Christian Braun. Two-handed slam. Lob. That was thrown perfectly by Hungerford.
When he called that play, I had a feeling there was going to be an alley-oop thrown.
Johnny George. That three-pointer is nothing but net. Haven't really called George's name too much, but he's now had 5 big points here in the fourth quarter. Christian Braun, drive, scoop layup, no good. It was tipped by Coach Fritsch is going to call a timeout. Who do you think that was tipped by? It was either Peak or Braun.
I would not be shocked if it was Braun. Because the way he's been playing tonight, Christian Brown probably got that tip, because that was just, and that's something, you can't allow that if you're Blue Springs South. He goes, misses the layup, you got to immediately have a body right there. And they didn't, and sure enough, he was able to get back up there and tip it in.
And really the two guys that you really got to worry about offensive rebounding wise, he didn't box out. Pete, you got to watch out for, didn't box him out. And then Brown, he didn't box him out. So if you're Blue Springs South, I think if you're Coach Smith, you got to be talking. You got to box people out here, because if you miss that down 4, get it to 2 or 1, you got a chance here. But now it's a 6-point lead. It's not insurmountable. I think there's a little under 3 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah.
There's a timer going on the scoreboard right now, so we don't know.
Yeah, it's probably right around there, right around 3 minutes.
So, and again, Blue Valley Northwest, again, this is their first game since
2:57, so right at just under 3.
And this is Blue Valley Northwest's first game since the 15th, lost to Grandview. Blue Springs South had a nice Christmas break, able to go over to William Jewell and win that one. And like you said, won a classic against. They also beat Liberty in the semifinals of that tournament as well. So that's a good win by Blue Springs South, and then beat Park Hill South.
Yeah, beating Park Hill South, that's huge. Especially that sets up momentum for the rest of the season, too.
Israelite, that one is no good. Brown gets it. We'll probably see Blue Valley Northwest really start taking their time here. Hood has it. There's a screen. Hood, the 14-footer. That one is good. Now an 8-point ball game. Hooks falls down. Gets it to Berg. McDaniel tries to go over his left shoulder. Leaves that one short. So far, here in this fourth quarter, all the momentum right now was with Blue Valley Northwest.
Hooks on that play. He was standing there at the three-point line trying to say corner, corner, corner. Well, they had Caleb Israelite all by himself standing in the corner.
And now Hooks fouls. It's only team foul. Team foul number 4. So with a minute 53, you might see Blue Spring South start trying to spin the game a little bit. Ovi Johnson's going to check in for Johnny George. Get it into Brown. He's guarded by Berg. He drives. Brown's going to be fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line. This is where he really struggled against Grandview. Was late in the game, need free throws. Struggled to hit him.
Berg just got his 4th as well.
So that was team foul number 5. Tried to get the lob to Pete, but McDaniel was right there. Brown is fouled. So the next one will put Blue Valley Northwest at the free throw line. There's a minute 43 left to go in this game. And Johnson fouls again. Christian Brown will go to the free throw line. Future Jayhawk trying to make this a double-digit lead from the free throw line. First one is good. So it makes it a 9-point ball game. And that one makes it a double-digit lead, the largest lead of the game so far for Blue Valley Northwest. Hooks finds McDaniel. McDaniel looked like he lost it a little bit, and Peak hits him on the left wrist. So McDaniel will go to the free throw line with a minute 23. And again, it looks like Blue Valley Northwest, unless something miraculous happens, looks like they're going to hang on here this evening. And that free throw is short. And again, McDaniel only a sophomore. What do you with Blue Spring South? Kind of got a couple young pieces. How far do you think they can go in the state of Missouri in Class 5?
Oh, there's definitely somebody that can push late in the season. There's quite a few teams here. There's a lot of very, very good teams in Kansas City area, including this Blue Spring South. You also count like Rockhurst, who's undefeated right now, Park Hill South. These guys, Blue Spring South. I mean, the city of Kansas City, and on the Missouri side is very deep. There's a lot of teams. Park Hill even, they're one of those teams that can make some noise. It's just going to be very interesting to see who gets hot late in the year and can get themselves to the Final Four in Springfield.
And Israelite making a layup and cut it back down to 10.
Meanwhile, I mean, Blue Valley Northwest, looking at them, their play tonight, they played really well. The second half, they really played very, very well. I mean, you still got to think they're the favorites in Class 6 in Kansas.
In Class, they did fall. The Grandview loss hurt them a little bit. They did fall in the sub-state rankings a little bit. I think they came in today 5th, but they've also, this is only game number 7 for them. So they've still got a lot of basketball left ahead of them as Peak makes that one.
That's right, they just got that one loss, and so from there it'll
continue to grow a little bit.
It'll get better because they'll start playing more games in their sub-state, in their region right here. In this area, conference games are going to help a lot. So I'd expect them to probably finish up near the top of their sub-state still.
We have less than 50 seconds left to go. And another foul.
Probably, I mean, I don't know how Kansas ends up seeding the state tournament because I know it's, I don't know. I'm throwing my hands up. I have no idea.
You play sub-state and then you go to state.
Is it a 16-team sub-state? So they seed that. You play those 4 games or whatever, and then state is 8, I believe.
That one no good. And Peak just rips that one away. Hungerford. That right-handed layup is up and good. Makes it a 13-point game with 35 seconds left to go. So it looks like Blue Valley Northwest. Hooks is going to shoot a deep 3 off the front iron, rebounded by Chapman. Hungerford going to get it across the timeline. Throws it up to Hood. Hood, that layup is good. It makes it 71-56 with 10 seconds left. Israelite, that scoop shot layup is good. And so that will do it. The clock didn't run. And so that will do it. Blue Valley Northwest improves to 6-1. Blue Springs South falls to 7-4, but with how Missouri seeds their districts and everything, you have a meeting, all that stuff. 37 from Christian Brown.
One short of the 8-10 varsity showcase record. I'm assuming that record is probably held by an NBA player at this point, probably a young man named Michael Porter Jr. That would be my just wild guess.
But Blue Valley Northwest improves to 6-1. Again, only their 7th game, so they're going to play a lot more games. They'll be able to rise up. And there's Blue Springs South falls to 7-4. But again, this game really won't hurt them in the district standings because they can go there. One of our losses was to Blue Valley Northwest, the back-to-back defending state champions in the state of Kansas in the Class 6A. So Missouri does it a little bit differently. Obviously, all the coaches meet, seed by who you played, and record and everything like that. So Blue Springs South, this loss can only help you. Obviously, they did some nice things. Fourth quarter kind of got away from them a little bit. They got outscored by 9 there in the fourth quarter. So the next game that we have, Nate, it'll be Liberty Blue Jay girls and the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints girls. So it'll be a home game. The next 2 games, we will have St. Thomas Aquinas here. So we'll come back. We'll kind of recap the first 4 games, and we'll kind of preview this game coming up and the game following it as well. So for Taylor Damer, for Nate Kendall, we will be back in about 6 or 7 minutes to preview this upcoming game.